All right, everybody, it's your boy Genius out here at the range today. I do have the Hellcat 380, okay? I'm not going through specs and all of that. If you have a Hellcat 9mm, then you know what this is. It's exactly the same thing. It's just chambered in 380, okay? Just like the 365 from SIG. And it's very similar in size to the 365 and SIG, but I'm not here today to compare those two. I'm gonna do like I always do. I'm gonna run a couple hundred rounds through this thing. Do some accuracy tests, how fast can I shoot with it, talk a little bit about the triggers. It's different from the trigger on the other Hellcats does this recoil as much as the other Hellcat did. I'm gonna talk about some of those types of things. I'm not gonna go through all of the specs on the gun. Again, you can easily look that stuff up online. I did exhaust about 27 rounds zeroing my dot. Why so many, Gene? Well, because I'm OCD, and if I have to rule myself out, set it up on the tripod there, whatever I have to do, I have to know that it's hitting right where that dot is at. And so I usually exhaust a good bit of ammunition zeroing a dot. I don't have the privilege of wasting ammunition, as the 380 is kind of pricey, okay? And I've got to do some comparisons that I know you guys are going to want to see, and I know you're going to want to see me run this one a little bit in different types of ammo, flat nose, things of that nature. So I have to really be conservative with the ammunition on this one. And as you can see, with the two magazines, a 13 and 11 that I have loaded up, this is empty. I am shooting the Range Dynamics from Fiocchi, and as you'll see, there's two missing out of this pack here. So that will be, after these two mags, it'll be 52 rounds that I've put through the gun. And this is just an initial thought video. Now, everyone said when they saw a couple of the shorts that I put up with initially just picking up the gun and it rattling, turns out that is the firing pin in there that's rattling back and forth. I mean, you could physically see it poking out of the breech face there every time you shake it, okay? Don't know. Whatever, it didn't seem to affect the performance. I put the 27 rounds through it. It's actually a pleasure to shoot, and went off without a hitch. Everything was fine. So before we get started, as always, I want to invite each and every one of you to know Jesus Christ as your Savior. It's always been important, but I believe now more than ever that you settle that matter, that you make sure you know Jesus Christ as your Savior. Never going to be a more important decision you make in your life. Reach out to Amanda and I at G2Tactical at gmail.com and allow us to share the great news of the gospel of Jesus Christ. If you like what we do, I had to pay for this gun with my own money. That's why I'm a little bit butthurt about the price tag on this gun. But if you like what we do and you want to support our cause, go over to Patreon. You can click on the link in the corner of the screen. Support us over there monthly, $5 or as much as you want. We also have a website at G2Tactical.com. Also click on the link in the corner of the screen, take you right over there. You could pick up some merchandise, or once you get over there in the left hand corner of the screen, you could click on the three lines when the scroll pops down. At the very bottom, it'll say support the channel. You can pick a tier, wipe out the pre-inserted amount in there, and donate whatever you want, and it will all go back into the channel and doing what we do. It's going to eventually be the only way we can continue to do what we do, because we certainly are getting, now that I'm getting a higher subscriber count, I'm really starting to feel the tyrannical behavior of YouTube, and they're demonetizing my videos. It's a whole thing, okay? But anyway, your support would be very much so appreciated. So again, not going to talk a whole lot about the specs. It came with an 11 and a 13 round magazine. It did come with a 11 round a flush floor plate for your 11 round magazine if you wanted that more concealability, I suppose. Probably not going to change that out. It did just come with the bag you're accustomed to getting with your Springfield, and that is it. It did come with a lock, of course, and a cardboard box. All right, I put the Redfield reveal dot up here. Seems so far through the 27 rounds to be doing fine, and like I said, it did recoil like you would expect it to recoil. Nothing crazy, nothing abnormal, nothing off the charts. It was quite the pleasure to shoot the gun. Same stippling, nothing is ambi on the gun. Just like on the original Hellcat, the serrations are a little bit underwhelming. Does have the echelon type sights on there with the white U at the back and the green tritium field on the front. And like I said, 11 and a 13 round magazine, and a single slot accessory rail up front, which kind of gives it a little bit of an edge over the 365, or at least the one I have anyway. I don't know if they have a 365 with a rail integrated into it yet or not. I like the way the gun takes down, and the gun overall feels nice in the hand. I don't mind the stippling. Some people say it's a little bit, it's not aggressive enough. I don't mind it. I think it's okay. I'm going to put these two mags through the gun, right? And that'll be 52 rounds just to give my initial thoughts about it. I will do the rest of this box here, getting it out to 100, and I will turn it around and let you see the accuracy here at about 12 yards. Forgive me, I am a little bit under the weather. I was going to stay home and recover, but everyone, when I was putting the shorts up, kept saying, when are you going to shoot it? When are you going to shoot it? Like, I mean, getting real belligerent about it. So I'm going to try my best. And this turns out it's chilly out here this morning as well. I had a cold for about 3 days, and it turned into a sinus infection, and I got mucus coming out of my sinuses that is green as the sod grass. So there's no doubt I have an infection, but I'm a little bit of a hard head about it. My wife, being a nurse, keeps telling me to go to the urgent care and get an antibiotic, but I will avoid that like the plague. And so I'm going to give it about a week, see if it goes away. If it don't, we'll revisit the antibiotic route, I guess. But so if I get a little choked up or clearing my throat, or say something with a little bit of a slur, forgive me. Okay. Again, I'm just going to put these two magazines through it. I'll shut the camera off, reload, turn it around, shoot it at 12 yards, let you see the accuracy, maybe how fast I can alternate between the targets. Still getting used to the gun. I have not shot the gun before today, okay? So may not be the best, but I do plan to continue to run this gun, but I really have to conserve ammunition on this one, as the 380 ammunition can be kind of pricey. I'm gonna put one more in the magazine here. They can be kind of pricey, and I know that everyone wants me to shoot different types of ammunition through this gun. I do have some flat nose. I do have some different brands. Like right now, like I said, I'm putting the Range Dynamics through there from Fiocchi. I do have some jacketed hollow points, some Hornady, some Fiocchi hollow points. So I'm going to run some different ammunition through it, but I also have to save some for the comparisons that I know you guys are going to want to see. So I'm going to do 100 today, let you see the accuracy on it, and give you my initial thoughts on the gun, and hopefully don't have any failures right out of the box. No oiling, no cleaning. So let's just do it. So as I may or may not have mentioned, almost every Springfield that I shoot, and I do mean almost every single one of them, the echelon included, maybe outside of the emissary or something, I always ride the slide lock. I don't know why. I figured maybe on the smaller gun it would be, maybe I wouldn't, but obviously, as you can see, I did. The one time I didn't let the trigger reset, and I kind of did the dip of death there. I will talk about the trigger before I do the accuracy test, but let's just put this 11 rounder, one in the pipe, see how that goes. Adjust your grip, Gene. Well, it's like I tell people all the time, I'm not going to conform to a gun. There's too many guns out there, okay, that I don't do that with, for me to settle or adjust around a certain gun. I will say this though, me standing here at 12 yards, the target's being painted black with the contrast of the woods there, and me not having a ton of experience with this gun. We got Yellow Jackets making their visits. That wasn't bad. It wasn't bad at all. It's actually been quite the pleasure to shoot. Like I said, the $600 price tag might be negated a little bit. Might kind of, yeah, it's still not worth $600, but it makes it less painful when you have a good time and you shoot well with a gun. So before I do the accuracy, let's talk about the trigger here. Someone said, is the trigger better than the original? Or is it still the same crap trigger? But you have your dingus, your little center blade safety there. It didn't pinch my finger or anything, so no worries with that. Good bit of take up. You hit a wall and you have a rolling brake. It is a very predictable and crisp brake. So let's look at the reset here. It's a nice tactile reset. You can hear it, you could feel it, but it's almost all the way back out. So it's a long reset. And that's why you've seen me kind of dip, because I didn't let it reset that one time. And there is a good bit of grit in it, like I remember on my original Hellcat, the several different variants of it that I've had. Let's do it again. No grit on the take up. Tiny bit of grit right there. It's a good brake. It's not a bad brake. It's just a rolling brake, and but it is predictable. It's not a bad brake. Not a bad reset. It's just a long reset. Okay. Overall, not a terrible trigger, and it's odd to me because I don't have the grit on the take up and the brake, but the grit I feel is on the progression back towards the reset. So trigger's not great, but for a carry gun, it's not bad either. It's okay. I'll take it. Yeah, I won't complain about it. Either way, let's get the camera turned off and paint the target, turn it around, see where we hitting the targets at 12 yards, and we'll wrap up the video. All right, I have a 13 rounder, one in the pipes, a 14 total, and just going to shoot for the center of that 6-inch plate right there. And I did move up to about 10 yards. Not bad. Got a couple low left, but overall not terrible. All right, I'm gonna do 12 this time. I'm gonna do it on the 8-inch plate. Try a little bit harder. I'll take that for sure. All right, I have 13 in one, and I believe, I don't know, 8 in the other one maybe. So I'll do a tactical reload. I'm just going to alternate between these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 targets, and then reload the next one. See how fast I can do that. Not bad, not bad. Still riding that lock. To make an adjustment, Gene. Idiot. Don't know how to shoot. There it is, 100 rounds right out of the box. No oiling, no cleaning, like most people like. Some people give me a hard time about. I am going to try to adjust my grip a little bit. Honestly, I'm just kind of goofing off a little bit. But I do, for whatever reason, on Springfield guns, I ride that slide lock. But I also did on the Bodyguard. It's one of those things that if I am proficient with it, I really don't care. It's not that big of a deal to me. I'm not going to change my grip and what works for me just to kind of get around that. So it is what it is. Liking the red field so far, and I may have to stand corrected on this. Although I didn't knock the gun because, again, I haven't shot a Hellcat 380. I was knocking the snappiness of the 9mm version of this. All of them, really. The Hellcat Pro. The comp was not bad, but even the comp was more snappy than it should have been with comparing it to other in the same category. But this has actually been quite the pleasure to shoot. As you can see, I was decently accurate with it. I was alternating between the targets pretty well. Chilly out here, under the weather, and a budget friendly red dot on here. I'm actually kind of impressed. I mean, I'm so far I'm kind of impressed. The next video I do, I'm going to be shooting some of this flat nose stuff that some people had issues with on their bodyguard. I never did. Just so everybody wants to know, will it run different ammunitions? Because some people, not me, had issues with their bodyguard running different ammunitions. I have some 95 grain here from AAC. Going to put a little bit of that through it. Just, different ammunitions. What will it run? So people know. If you want me to run some other type of ammunition, send it to me. I'd be happy to do it. Hit me up at gsquaredtacticalgmail.com and I'll let you know where you can mail it to. Because, again, I'm buying all this myself, so I have to do it. And two-piece guide rod. Looks like, I don't know, it's kind of weird. Looks like part of it is metal and part of it is plastic. It's a weird little guide rod, but either way, it seems to be a nice sturdy guide rod. Don't seem to be any issues there. I don't know, kind of like it. Talked a little bit of trash about the trigger, but honestly, for a pocket-sized gun, it's actually not that bad. And that grit on the progression back on the reset seems to have already started cleaning itself up a little bit. So trigger's not that bad. It's never going to be worth $600. It's just not. Okay, but if you want it, if you like the Hellcat, you don't mind spending $600. So far, I think I could recommend the gun. I actually like it a lot. I actually can't wait for my wife to shoot the gun because she carries the 380 Rose 365, and I want her to see if she likes this one better. I don't know. I can't remember. It's been a while since I've shot the 380 365, and she needs to practice with hers a little bit anyway. So we'll get her on that later on in the week if the Lord is willing. Thanks so much for watching. If you have any questions, if I missed anything, let me know what an idiot I am, or just simply ask a question. I'll try my best to answer it. Again, hit the thumbs up. It's free to subscribe. And as always, on this beautiful day that our Lord has made, to God only be the glory.